The British monarchy, an institution steeped in a millennium of tradition, is navigating one of its most significant and public transitions in recent history. The ascension of King Charles III after the historic 70-year reign of Queen Elizabeth II marked not just a change in sovereign, but the dawn of a new Caroline age with its own distinct challenges and opportunities. At the heart of this evolving narrative is the dynamic between the king and his heir, the Prince of Wales. Their relationship, once analyzed through the prism of a distant future, is now the central operating partnership of the modern crown. Today, their roles are being actively defined and redefined, not in isolation, but in tandem, responding to internal family reconfigurations, shifting public expectations, and the rapidly changing global landscape. This latest update examines the current state of their working bond, their individual and joint initiatives, and how their collaborative evolution is strategically shaping the monarchy's present and securing its future.
From preparation to perfection. After decades as the longest-serving heir apparent, Charles's reign began with an immediate demonstration of his lifelong dedication to duty. His early focus has been on projecting stability and continuity, while cautiously imprinting his own passions onto the role of monarch. The slimmed-down monarchy model, long theorized, is becoming a reality, with a more focused, senior working royal family at its core. This is less about diminishing the institution's grandeur and more about ensuring its efficiency, relevance, and cost-effectiveness in public perception. His diplomatic role has intensified. Where the late Queen was the embodiment of the state, Charles has swiftly positioned himself as a key player in soft power diplomacy. His deep-seated advocacy on climate change, now framed through the neutral lens of stewardship rather than activism, has found a global platform at forums like COP meetings. His recent state visits and hosting of foreign leaders are meticulously crafted to strengthen Commonwealth ties and bilateral relationships in a post-Brexit world. Domestically, his first Christmas and Commonwealth Day addresses struck a tone of quiet empathy, inclusivity, and service, consciously evolving the monarch's voice to resonate with contemporary Britain's diverse society.
Prince William's role has undergone its own profound transformation. No longer simply the future king, he is now the Duke of Cornwall and Cambridge, managing the vast Duchy of Cornwall estate with a modernizing eye focused on affordable housing and sustainable agriculture. This practical experience in stewardship is foundational training for kingship. More visibly, he has carved out a distinct public persona as a champion of causes grounded in stability, mental health, and environmental conservation. His Earthshot Prize is a hallmark of this approach, a globally ambitious, solutions-oriented, and positively framed initiative that avoids the political fray while aiming for transformative impact. Alongside Catherine, the Princess of Wales, he has made early childhood development and mental well-being central to his public work, projects that are both universally relatable and strategically long-term. William's public appearances and speeches are increasingly confident and statesmanlike, yet he retains a relatable quality, often seen engaging directly with the public in a less formal manner than the protocol surrounding the king allows. The current dynamic between Charles and William is best described as a strategic partnership with clearly delineated but complementary roles. Insider reports consistently emphasize a relationship of mutual respect and frequent consultation, a marked contrast to some of the reported tensions of previous generations. There's a conscious effort to avoid overlap and duplication. The king handles the constitutionally mandated state functions, the state opening of parliament, accrediting ambassadors, and the weekly meetings with the prime minister. William, meanwhile, is taking on more international tours representing the king, such as his recent successful visit to Singapore for the Earthshot Prize ceremony, which blended his personal initiative with royal duty. Domestically, while the king undertakes major national events, William and Catherine are increasingly the faces of the monarchy at high-profile sporting events, award ceremonies, and community-focused engagements, connecting with a broader and younger demographic. A unified front on family and institution. The dual crises of recent years, the departure of Prince Harry and the Duke of York's legal troubles, have necessitated a united, firm response.
Both Charles and William were reportedly aligned on the decision to remove Harry and Meghan's royal patronages and the use of HRH titles, a move that prioritized the institution's operational integrity over personal family dynamics. Similarly, the swift removal of Prince Andrew from public life was a decisive act to protect the monarchy's reputation, a decision that required the heir's full support to be effective. This solidarity has been crucial in projecting stability and control. Unprecedentedly, we are witnessing live succession planning. Charles is not merely the monarch, he is a mentor preparing his successor in real time. William is being given increasing access to state papers and included in more high-level briefings, mirroring the preparation Charles himself received from the late Queen. This on-the-job training ensures a smoother eventual transition. Furthermore, the king's coronation itself was a masterclass in signaling the future. The prominent roles for William and George, and the modernized inclusive ceremony were clear visual statements about the direction of the monarchy. The Spare dynamic and media scrutiny, the publication of Prince Harry's memoir, Spare, and his subsequent media projects created an extraordinary period of public airing of private grievances. For Charles and William, the challenge was twofold: to privately process deep personal hurt while publicly maintaining a dignified silence that upheld the stature of their offices. Their strategy has been one of quietly getting on with the job, allowing their visible work and unity to stand in contrast to the narratives presented elsewhere. This has, by most accounts, been successful in the eyes of the British public, reinforcing their image as dedicated and unflappable. Balancing tradition with modernity, both men walk a tightrope. Charles must honor the sacrosanct traditions of the crown, while making it resonate for the 21st century. His decision to host a reception at Buckingham Palace for leaders of the LGBTQ+ community in Britain was a subtle but significant signal of an inclusive modern monarchy. William, meanwhile, must balance his desire for a relatively normal life for his children with the inescapable reality of their birthright. His careful management of their public appearances, enough to familiarize but not so much as to intrude, shows a modern approach to an ancient institution. As head of the Commonwealth, Charles faces the complex reality of republicanism movements in nations like Jamaica and the Bahamas. William's tour of the Caribbean in 2022, which met with some protests and calls for reparations, was a stark learning moment. The response has been a clear pivot towards a partnership model, listening more, acknowledging painful colonial histories, and focusing on contemporary mutual interests like climate change and youth empowerment. This is a long-term challenge they will manage together, with William likely taking on an even greater role in Commonwealth engagement in the coming years. Public perception and cost. In a cost-of-living crisis, the monarchy's finances remain under scrutiny. Both Charles and William are acutely aware of this. The king has opened more royal residences to the public and reported on energy efficiency measures across the estate. The transparency around the Duchy of Cornwall's finances and its contributions to the Treasury is part of this narrative. Their work must consistently demonstrate value for money through service, diplomacy, and national cohesion. Is deep in the routine of constitutional monarchy, hosting incoming heads of state, conducting investitures, and preparing for upcoming state visits. He remains closely involved with his charitable foundations, particularly the Prince's Trust, which continues its youth-focused work. Recent reports highlight his hands-on management style and his famously detailed black spider memo notes now being sent from a monarch's desk, indicating a sovereign deeply engaged in the issues of the day. His health, following a recent benign prostate procedure and Catherine's cancer diagnosis, has brought a renewed focus on the resilience and humanity of the royal family. Prince William has recently returned to a full schedule of public duties following a period of supporting his family privately. He has launched a major homelessness initiative, Homewards, aiming to end rough sleeping in several UK pilot locations through local partnerships. This demonstrates his methodical, long-term approach to entrenched social issues. Internationally, he is preparing for future tours and continues to champion Earthshot. Notably, he has assumed some duties that would have traditionally fallen to his father, such as representing the UK at certain high-profile international memorial services, signaling his growing prominence as a global representative of the crown.
The most powerful signals come from their joint appearances. Whether standing together on the Buckingham Palace balcony, attending the annual Royal Variety performance, or leading the nation in remembrance at the cenotaph, their combined presence is a potent symbol of continuity. Their shared, unwavering support for the Princess of Wales during her preventative cancer treatment has also projected a powerful image of a close, supportive modern family unit, weathering challenges with privacy and grace. Conclusion: a deliberate evolution for an enduring institution. The latest update on King Charles III and Prince William reveals not a static institution, but one in deliberate, thoughtful motion. The king, having waited a lifetime, is shaping a reign that balances his deeply held beliefs with the neutrality his office demands. The Prince of Wales, learning from both his grandmother's longevity and his father's experience, is building a platform for a future monarchy that is impactful, empathetic, and sustainable. Their relationship is the engine of this transition. It is a pragmatic, respectful, and forward-looking partnership forged in the unique crucible of their positions and tempered by recent family and public trials. They are in effect co-architects of the monarchy's next chapter. Charles provides the immediate authority and depth of experience. William offers the connective tissue to the next generation and a more informal mode of public engagement.